What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Packer Perspective. Today we're going to be diving into the 2024 season and taking a closer look at Jordan Love and why I think he may have had a much better year than a lot of people remember. So before we break that down, I'd appreciate a like, and if you're a fellow Packer fan, consider smashing that subscribe button also. I'll be here all season long diving into everything Green Bay. So let's get into it. First off, we've got to talk about injuries. Unfortunately, Jordan Love was not exactly given a fair shake in 2024. This guy battled through a sprained MCL in week 1, a groin injury by week 7, and then an elbow injury in week 18. This is not to make excuses for him, this was just the reality. The biggest issue with this is that this forced Love to very rarely take snaps under center and mostly relied on shotgun or pistol formations. And per Fantasy Sports data, in 2023, Love had the 4th most dropbacks under center in the NFL, with 113. Of those 113 dropbacks, he completed 71% of his passes, 6 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, with a 108.9 passer rating. Additionally, he ranked 2nd in EPA per dropback. Now, this past season, however, Love ranked 18th in dropbacks under center with only 69 total dropbacks. He had 5 touchdowns to 1 interception, 112.4 passer rating, and averaged 9.3 yards per attempt while under center. So Love being able to take more snaps under center will almost certainly increase his efficiency heading into 2025. Now, let's talk numbers. Even with dealing with those injuries, Love still ranked amongst the top of the league in several important metrics. He finished the season 4th in net yards per attempt, 5th in QBR, 7th in adjusted EPA per dropback, and 2nd in pressure to sack ratio, only behind Josh Allen. Those are not bad numbers by any stretch, especially when you consider the context of his situation. To put some of these numbers into perspective for you guys, only Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, Josh Allen were ahead of him on net yards per attempt. Only Lamar, Allen, Burrow, and Jaden Daniels ahead of him on QBR. Love was consistently at the top of the league in a lot of key metrics. Now let's take a peek into his schedule in 2024. One of the most overlooked aspects of Jordan Love's season is the insane level of competition he faced. Per Clev Analytics, he had the toughest schedule of opposing pass defenses in the entire NFL. In fact, Love went up against top 10 EPA pass defenses in 9 games last season. And here's the kicker. He was the only starting quarterback who didn't have a bottom 30th percentile EPA performance in any of those games. When you are facing elite defenses like that, still putting up the efficiency numbers like he did while battling injuries, to me, it's a testament to Love's ability to rise to the occasion. This wasn't just a cupcake schedule. This was as tough as it got for any quarterback in the NFL. So, we've talked about Love battling injuries, facing one of the toughest schedules for any quarterback in the NFL, and still putting up elite efficiency numbers. Let's not forget the struggles Love had with his receiving corps. The Packers wide receivers were one of the worst teams in the league at catching the ball, ranking 5th in drop rate at a 6.1% clip, according to FTN Fantasy, and it wasn't just random drops here and there. We are talking key drops in key situations. According to Sharp Football, on 3rd down, 32.7% of Love's incompletions were due to receiver error. That's the worst in the NFL. Furthermore, Green Bay's wide receivers lost the most EPA on 3rd and 4th downs drops since 2020. That's a lot of lost opportunity. Love was consistently putting the ball in the right places, but the receivers simply weren't doing their job. Now, let's move on to a little more positive note, huh? Let's take a look at Love's performances on early downs. He ranked 4th in yards per attempt and 2nd in adjusted EPA per dropback on 1st and 2nd downs. 1st and 2nd downs are the most important downs in football. 3rd downs are reactionary. They are based on what you did on early downs. Love showed he could move the ball down the field and gave this offense many opportunities that this team simply could not capitalize on. So let's take a peek into the future and maybe give a few reasons for optimism heading into 2025. Let's talk about a key addition to this offense. The Packers made a huge move by drafting wide receiver Matthew Golden in the first round. Green Bay's first wide receiver drafted in the first round since 2003. Golden has flashed elite speed with some of the best hands we saw in college last season. His playmaking ability could provide Love with a much-needed weapon to stretch the field and create more reliable opportunities across the middle of the field as well. This is exactly the kind of addition that could elevate Love's game to that next level that we've all been hoping to see. Because any way you slice it, no matter how talented you feel the receiver corps is, as do I, these receivers simply failed Love on multiple occasions last year. So guys, to sum this all up, Jordan Love had a much better 2024 season than people are giving him credit for. He dealt with injuries. He faced the toughest schedule in the league and a receiving corps that simply let him down. Despite all of that, he still finished with elite efficiency numbers and, in my opinion, gave reason for optimism heading into 2025. With the addition of a new weapon like Matthew Golden, I'm excited to see what Love can do with a healthy team and another year of experience under his belt. So, if you've been sleeping on Jordan Love, it's time to wake up. This kid's the real deal. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content about your Green Bay Packers. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Go Pack Go!